Did you know there is a connection between these two verses? Psalm 1:2 and Psalm 2:1. The same word is used in these two phrases in the Hebrew text. In the first case, it's the singular, yehegeh. In the second case, it's the plural, yehegu. Let us compare these two verses in their immediate context. How blessed is the man who does not walk in the counsel of the wicked, nor stand in the path of sinners, nor sit in the seat of scoffers, but his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law he meditates day and night. He will be like a tree firmly planted by streams of water, which yields its fruit in its season, and its leaf does not wither, and in whatever he does, he prospers. Why are the nations in an uproar, and the peoples devising a vain thing? The kings of the earth take their stand, and the rulers take counsel together against the Lord and against his anointed, saying, Let us tear their fetters apart and cast away their cords from us. Here we have a picture of two ways of thinking which are directly opposite to one another. The passage we read from Psalm 1 describes God's people, and the passage we read from Psalm 2 describes people who do not know God. In their ignorance, they reject God's people and oppose them. Let's have a look at what Apostle Paul wrote about such people in Romans chapter 1, starting from verse 19. Because that which is known about God is evident within them, for God made it evident to them. For since the creation of the world, His invisible attributes, His eternal power and divine nature have been clearly seen, being understood through what has been made, so that they are without excuse. For even though they knew God, they did not honor Him as God or give thanks, but they became futile in their speculations, and their foolish heart was darkened. The phrase became futile in their speculations is almost the same as the phrase in Psalm 2, devise vain things. And in parallel to Psalm 1, the Apostle Paul teaches us in the Epistle to Colossians chapter 3 to keep seeking the things above, where Christ is seated at the right hand of God. Set your mind on the things above, not on the things that are on earth. In parallel to the phrase meditates day and night, the Apostle Paul, in the same chapter of the Epistle to Colossians, in verse 16 says, Let the word of Christ richly dwell within you, with all wisdom, teaching and admonishing one another with psalms and hymns and spiritual songs, singing with thankfulness in your hearts to God. The question you and I need to ask ourselves today is this: do I set my mind on the heavenly things, on Christ, on eternity, or do I think about the things of this earth? Do I let the word of Christ richly dwell in me? Do I open my Bible every day and meditate on it? Or do I let other voices affect me? Let us remember this verse today. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law he meditates day and night.